So, Deadeye is almost upon us. It is time to break down her kit and understand how the class works so I can be ready, and you as well, when she will be released in about 2-3 days on the official servers. We are gonna go over her kit, skills, 2 skill rotations, add-ons for both of them, damage numbers at the end, and that's more or less it. You're gonna be ready to grind and use her at least, PvE wise. Do keep in mind this is Global Labs, so everything we discussed today will be buffed or slightly changed in a couple of days when she's out. That said, let's start with the basics. She has 3 different weapons: revolvers for the main weapon, shotgun for the sub weapon, and a rocket launcher for the awakening weapon. If you only have one sovereign weapon and you're curious how does the damage distribution go, so far with the combos I made and the way her kit is in Global Labs, most of it will come from the revolvers and the shotgun. The rocket launcher, I'm only using one ability in my combo, one other skill is more or less just mobility, and one additional one can be considered filler if you don't have enough damage to finish off the pack. So let's say about 80% of her kit comes from revolvers and the sub weapon, so just get the main weapon as your sovereign. Before I show you the skills, you should first understand her passives, the way the class works. There are 3 passives, out of which only this one is a real passive: the good, the bad, and the ugly. Essentially, the TLDR here is ignore the first 2 numbers on the shotgun, because your skills will always be max level, obviously. In which case, the shotgun, any skill that uses a shotgun, for example RMB, will apply, I have an add-on, but it will apply a minus 30 DP debuff on the monsters. So you don't have to think about it. Just use shotgun skills early in your combo. The revolver skills, the first part, essentially, let's say I do Shift F, a revolver skill, I can press E to change my bullets and it will reset that revolver skill and I can use it again with the other bullet type. That is the revolver passive. And the rocket launcher one you just don't care about because it's purely PvP. Any rocket launcher skill will apply minus evasion debuff on the monsters and minus 30% crit rate for them. You don't get a 30% crit rate buff. Due to this passive in particular, essentially you will only apply DP debuffs when you grind, and your normal skills, everything else in her kit, doesn't have any buffs or debuffs. They all just simply deal damage. The second useful passive is from the awakening tree. You have E, as I mentioned already, the ammo. You have normal ammo, you press E, 5 seconds cooldown, and you swap to Marnie rounds. If you look at every skill in her kit, pretty much literally almost everything, 95% of them, they will have a damage multiplier for normal ammo and a different one for Marnie ammo. So it matters which one you choose for PvP, PvE, whatever you wanna do. The TLDR is normal ammo has in general a bit more damage and it doesn't shoot through the monsters. For example, I can use the basic attack to show you, just hits one monster. And if you use Marnie ammo, it has usually bigger AoEs and or it shoots through the monsters, but it has a bit less damage. So Marnie AoE, normal ammo, single target damage. And the third relevant passive is basically your E buff, which only gives you crit rate and AP. When you use your E buff, supposedly if you do, say, Shift F, once you swap ammo, the buff will level up but lose duration. Now it's 20 AP, so if I do something else again, let's say Shift F, and then can I E fast enough, please? There, E again, and now it's 30 AP. And I believe it caps, it says here, at 40 AP. Basically, when you use your E-buff while grinding, try to swap ammo every now and then if you want to level up that AP and just have more damage for the 30 seconds of your E-buff. The other passives that you might care about, but forget later, is AP, HP, standard, and then this one, once you are out of stamina, you can use stamina skills by using HP, it just will consume double the stamina amount. So if a skill was supposed to use 300 stamina, it will use 600 HP instead, and you can still cast it. Now you are ready to see her kit. Let's see how fast I can go through the exact same information that everyone else already showed, right? Sideways LMB, useful ability, good damage, it is part of your main combo. RMB, nice shotgun skill, 1, 2, 3 hits. Spacebar is the flow, this basically linked to it, 4 hits in total. Shift F, good damage as well, just like this one also is part of your combo. Shift F, good skill, AoE, and part of your main combo. SLMB, again, it will be part of the main combo. Pistol hits and it ends with the shotgun. This is the pistol and this is the shotgun hit. SF is filler ability, very quick animation, and good damage, especially the non-Marnie round version, 30,000 damage. Next you have WRMB, this one, which is an engager. It's about the same damage as this one, the sideways LMB, and in my combo you can either use this or this. That's why we have two combos. They are both good ways to initiate your rotation so far. It just depends how you want to move and, you know, situational, or how you build your add-ons. I'm rambling. This sideways RMB can be spammed. Its mobility, and that's about it, can be used in cooldown. I never use this in actual practice. The damage is bad and essentially it doesn't matter much. Shift LMB, again, another skill I don't use. I don't like the animation, the damage is whatever, maybe bad even, so unused in grinding. Shift RMB, this one, kick and explosion. If you cancel it, let's say I do first Shift F, there's anything before, and then Shift RMB, it will only do the kick motion when you have Marnie ammo. Where is it? This one. First one has attack 1, attack 2. If you have normal ammo, with Marnie rounds, it only has the second attack, so it's quicker to do. WF sounds like a movement ability, but not exactly. Usually I do WF and then Shift F in the combo, so it is part of the main DPS in this case. And then the last revolver skill, Shift E into LMB. You do Shift E, kind of a wind-up animation, didn't find a way to cancel it, and you shoot 6 times. If you hit with all of them, the last one will trigger this flow, which will make the last hit deal 150% more damage. Shift E is not part of the main skill rotation because it's 13 seconds cooldown. It's too long, it takes too long to cast, and I just deemed it as maybe filler if you need to finish off the pack. Secondary skills, it's only movement and your Q block. She doesn't have an S block, which kinda sad. Q, useful, maybe, not while grinding, and then LMB, a flow that goes out of it. Once again, PvP, I don't really care. This one, F, spammable in cooldown, so it's useful to reposition in a pack and it has no collision. Not part of the combo, but you can infer its use. Just reposition if you have to. Shift space, long movement skill ability, seems nice and all, but it's 14 seconds cooldown, so you cannot really use this every single pack. You can use Shift Q, just this in one pack, and then Shift Q for the other, just alternating between them. That's what I'm thinking currently. RMB, this one goes out of your standard dash, so dashing sideways and then RMB, useful only for PvP, honestly, damage, whatever, and it makes sense. Q block we mentioned, and that's pretty much it for the main 3. On the Awakening one, you have your E buff, the gun passive, resetting your gun with E, so just passives and E buff, and then these are all of the rocket launcher abilities, out of which you're only really gonna use C. At the end of your combo, or just at the end of any ability, you can press C and it will straight up use this one. About 20,000 damage, it's good. Everything else is mainly for PvP. You have the Shift C, this one, you can hold C and it will overcharge it into this one. Essentially, skill 1, 20,000-ish damage. Charge it again, it doubles the damage, 40-something thousand. And if you have this passive over here, which obviously you will have, then this will allow you to instantly fire these two abilities if you time them correctly. Meaning there is no real timing. Look at the skill itself and you will see a white flash happening twice. This is the first ability, one flash, and I hold C, second flash. Essentially, the flash shows you when the skill is fully charged, and this passive allows you to press LMB to just end the skill as soon as the flash happens, saving you maybe a third of a second. Both of these in my skill rotation are unused for obvious reasons. This one is decent if you overcharge it, 40-something thousand damage. This one is only 24,000-ish damage so far, but they are just simply too slow. It takes too long even if you cancel it. That's my current judgment. Same with this one, I guess. Let's take them in order. This is a no-door ability and no other use. 1 minute cooldown, you have to hotbar it right here. You press it, it will lock you in place, you cannot move, and you use W and S to change the angle where it's gonna shoot. You can no longer move it sideways, left and right, so you're literally stuck. The cool thing, I suppose, so far, is that it does have a 1 minute cooldown, but it doesn't consume anything to hold. So I guess you can camp in a bush and sit and do this twice in a row. You can literally wait for a minute for this cooldown to run out. And then when the time comes, you know, shoot it with LMB and then do it again once it's out of cooldown. Another rocket launcher skill, S and E. This one I deemed as purely mobility. Damage is whatever, but essentially this is what it does. It moves you backwards and then it fires. I didn't find a way to cancel the fire motion. Would be nice if you could, but you know, moves you backwards, disengaging in PvP. Again, useless to grind with, in my opinion. WC, this one. The only reason why I'm using this ability at the very end of the combo, and it's literally just finisher, fully filler, in case you just didn't do enough damage so you don't restart your skill rotation, is because back when I made the combo, I didn't know that the flash, you know, what I explained here, that you can stop the skills earlier. So I was like, oh, this one just simply works, I don't have to think about it, let's just use this, and the damage is a bit higher at 28 or so thousand damage. So that's it, just filler. This can be used as filler, and C is part of your rotation. That's the only thing you use when you grind. And lastly, you have Shift Q, which I mentioned earlier. It's purely mobility, Shift Q and C or LMB once you are airborne for the flow. Shift Q, go out, and then LMB to shoot when you are airborne. Movement ability. It is okay damage if you engage a pack with it and you happen to aim it correctly to hit. So let's say you alternate, maybe for long distances you have shift space, 14 seconds cooldown, and then for the other pack you can dash and Shift Q, LMB, right? Assuming that one hits a pack, you also deal damage. Those, one has 10 seconds cooldown, Shift Q, the other one 14. That's what I presume will happen. People will alternate between them. Mobility wise, her pack-to-pack travel is a little bit strange. It's not as straightforward as Dosa, for example, where I just dash in LMB, dash LMB. On her, maybe I will figure out something better when she's officially released, but so far, if you don't use WRMB, this one, to start your combo with, if it's not the second combo I will show, then I suppose you could dash WRMB, then Shift Q into a pack. That's what I did at Darkseekers, and it works fine because the longest cooldown is 10 seconds, so you can literally do this for every single... well, I did it too fast. Because I speak too fast, huh? You can do that for every pack-to-pack travel at Darkseekers. Other than that, I'm not sure. Just consistently moving forward, you have Shift LMB, right? Shift LMB, which is unused. You can use it, but maybe there should be a way to just cancel the hitting motions. Like do this and then Shift LMB and maybe dash after, but it doesn't seem smooth. So it's questionable. Once you are inside the pack, her movement is fine. It's just pack-to-pack travel kind of is weird. Because in a pack, again, you can use F on cooldown to just reposition if you need to. WF halfway through your combo will reposition you. Sideways LMB, you can strafe around monsters with it. Cannot be used in cooldown, but it is... this is how you start your combo every single time, every about 7 seconds. So her movement in a pack is fine, just out of it is a bit weird. So combos and add-ons. I have 2 combos and 2 add-ons. Follow along, right? The first one is shorter, the longer one is longer. The first one feels nicer in a pack, but has issues because of add-ons and skill durations. Maybe to get changed, because your main buffs are tier 1 add-ons, which are only 7 seconds. The second one I prefer, but it's a bit weird to restart it in the middle of a pack. So first combo goes like this: sideways LMB to initiate, then S LMB until you see the first shotgun hit, RMB 1, 2, 3, space bar, the flow, the 4th shotgun hit, WF reposition and good damage, Shift F, then Shift RMB and C. And from here, at this point, 7 seconds more or less passed, so you have to restart the combo, but you could use WC, the one rocket launcher skill I said earlier that is just acceptable because you don't have to think about it, maybe to finish off a pack. Alternatively, in this exact same combo, you can use S and F, this one, quickly before you reposition. For example, at Darkseekers, if the monster didn't turn around and you don't want to do WF to reposition that early. So you do sideways motion, S LMB, 1, 2, 3, 4, now you do S and F, and then reposition, and continue with the rest of it. SF works because it's quick, so it doesn't cut too much in those 7 seconds. If you look at the bar here, you will see the 7 seconds monster AP add-on, this one, or you can look at the attack speed one, and you will see it more or less expire once I do C, this one, this one, and the combo, so you kind of have to keep cycling through it. And it is endlessly spammable, even with Z buff. We do 1, bam, 1, 2, 3, spacebar, go in, Shift RMB, C, and then restart. That's your basic grinding combo. Shift RMB, Shift C, and then restart. Bam, space, this, Shift RMB, C, maybe the rocket launcher if you feel like it, right? But that's the first one. The add-ons for it look like this. You start with sideways movement, monster AP attack speed, then you go straight into SLMB, crit rate and crit damage. This I would have placed here minus DP, but it is too small and unreliable to hit a packs. Shotgun, the 4 bonks, 1, 2, I counted them earlier. Even spacebar, the flow will apply this, so it's more reliable for monster DP debuff. Right, then after that you reposition with this one. I have minus DP because it's big, it's easy to reapply if monsters respawn, another wave spawned, and so on. DP buff, this one has the most amount of hits, and at this point you don't really need more add-ons unless you want to put minus evasion on it, which you can. I decided to go for HP and mana regen because she has 0 mana regen in her entire kit, so even with an infinite mana potion, I'm curious if she will have good enough sustain. 12 hits, so this one is, you know, perfect target for HP and mana regen. And then Shift RMB is literally almost, if not the last skill in your rotation, so it makes sense to put here movement speed to go to a next pack, and accuracy because I had nothing else to put, maybe, right? On the second rotation, we are basically changing the engager skill, so it's no longer this one, instead it will be WRMB, this one. And then, because of the way it flows, I reverted the following 2 abilities. So it used to be this into SLMB and then RMB, right? That's how it used to be, and now hopefully once it goes out of cooldown, I can use that out of cooldown, but whatever, right? Now it will be WRMB into RMB instead, the shotgun hits, and now I do SLMB, just because it feels better, it flows better. I don't exactly... add-ons as well, just because of add-ons, so those are more or less the only differences. So this one goes WRMB into 1, 2, 3, 4, the shotgun, SLMB, and then continue just like before. WF, Shift F, Shift RMB, C, and then you can redo it. But you can already spot the problem. If you have to redo this in a pack, it's a bit awkward. This works, but doing this in the middle of a pack just to restart the combo is a bit awkward. I like this one better add-ons wise, because since I'm engaging with this one, WRMB, now I have tier 2 add-ons. I no longer have to worry about them expiring, so I can prolong my rotation by adding more skills. You know, I can add WC in the rotation if I want. I can use SF, which is again good damage, halfway through the rotation, the 2 filler skills, and then occasionally maybe this one, the long one with lots of damage but the Rutsu in place. I have that option, I have the time to put more skills in, whereas on the other one I don't. And then RMB now is your second skill, and again the same thing. I like that this is tier 2, so now I have 12 seconds of crit rate buff. The main buffs are now 12 seconds. Wow. I'm not sure on official release which one I will use, or if this will even change in the coming 3 days, but it's a bit annoying that I wish I could use both depending on the situation, but I have to change my add-ons to make them work, right? I either have the buff add-ons on this or on this, and I cannot do it on both, just duplicating the add-ons like I used to on Dosa, because they won't overwrite each other. Tier 2 add-ons will not overwrite tier 1 add-ons, so it will be inconsistent. But yeah, maybe you guys have better ideas. If you do, comment down below. For some closing statements before I show you the numbers, some things to note that I forgot to bring up before. Remember her passive, the gun one, where you can press E to change your ammo and reset 4 abilities in total. I didn't name them. The first one is the sideways movement, the engager, 5 seconds cooldown. I would not use it there. The best bet is most likely Shift F, the second ability that you can reset. This one, you press E, change ammo, and Shift F again. You can do that in the middle of your combo. The third one is WF, which you usually use before Shift F. I would not use it there, because why would you want to do that twice? To dash, change ammo, and dash again. Maybe if the monster turned around and you need to reposition again for back attacks, then sure. And the fourth one, the last one, is Shift E. A filler ability that, depending on the spot, you might use, but it's interesting that you can reset it. It's the hardest hitting skill in your kit. Remember the one where you just charge like that, then shoot 6 times, and if you hit with all of them, the last one has the BAM, and it deals a lot more damage. This passive, like 250% total more damage, because it says there it's increased by 150, not to 150, so I assume it's 250 total. It will be interesting to see where that is useful, other than maybe PvP scenarios, but even then, you're sitting stationary for so long, just charging and shooting like this 6 times, maybe Gryphons, you press E, reset it, and then again do this. I don't even know if there's a way to cancel that, to get into the shooting motion faster, just remove the wind up part, but it is an option, right? So again, most likely you will do it through Shift F. Shift F, E, and then Shift F again. And this brings me back to the first skill rotation I showed and the issues there with the tier 1 add-ons and 7 seconds. You could do that, right? You could get in a pack, Shift F and reset it, and then Shift F again, but then this prolongs your combo, and then the last abilities, maybe Shift R and B and C, they won't have monster AP and I believe attack speed add-ons. Your add-ons will just run out, so it's weird. That's why I prefer the second rotation where you have tier 2 add-ons. Hopefully this gets changed for official release. So damage numbers, 2 charts. We have one for normal bullets, the gray ones, and then the Marnie bullets, depending on which ones you choose. Again, more or less a bit higher damage, in this case 16% more damage overall, adding up the entire kit. Just not only the combo I use, I just added everything, all of the numbers, and overall it's 16% more damage than the Marnie bullet damage, and Marnie is 14.5% less than normal bullets, right? That's how you read that. In yellow you have the attack skills, damage abilities, and orange, whatever this color is, these are the movement abilities. What I deemed you would only use to reposition, Q block, move around, jump in the air. Basically, it will never be part of your combo. And again, yellow damage. Green is your actual combo, what I showed you earlier. The lighter green, these are the 2 engagers, the sideways movement or the WRMB, whichever one you choose for whichever combo. Just green is what I used. In blue is filler, again SF, Shift E, the long one that shoots a lot of damage, the bullets, and F to reposition. It does some damage. I don't know why is it blue? I don't know why I made it blue. Should not have been blue. And WC, again, the rocket launcher ability, filler skill. Red is unused, stuff that just maybe they will buff it, doesn't have damage, I don't like them. I'm explaining the chart, right? It's unused. Damage numbers are okay. A lot of abilities look very strong, like 44,000 damage, 30,000 damage, 30, 31, 34, 36, the insane one, which we don't use because it's too long. It is what it is, right? They will 100% be buffed on official release. I'm curious by how much. We can all, I suppose, gamble and guess, right? We can guess. I predict maybe 30% more overall, because I took her for a spin at Darkseekers on Global Labs and it was okay, but definitely it didn't feel quite right. Let's just all acknowledge that obviously I barely even touched the class, the combo might not be perfect, I don't know how to play her efficiently, I barely grinded like 2 hours here in total, out of which I tracked only half an hour for trash per hour, and it was maybe close to 15,000 trash here on just yellow Darkseekers, which Garmoth averages at 17, so it was definitely underwhelming clearing speed wise. From what I saw, killing the big dudes, the 2 elites, was fine with her combo. You have to do it twice if you choose the first one with 7-second add-ons. You just repeat it twice. I guess in both cases you repeat the combo twice, even if it's the other one, but I used the first combo here, that one felt better. Those are fine. The minions take a bit longer to die, a bit more annoying, something that more damage would probably fix. And yeah, that's about it, because I feel like I'm gonna make this too long if I keep talking, so I will see you with the next one, and maybe more of this after she comes out. Another guide that's finished. It's not a guide. Why did I say guide? I'm not guiding you towards anything, I'm just showing you the class and telling you, hey, this is how you use it if you wanna grind with it right away. You're welcomed. Like the video if you enjoyed it, because it makes me happier, and then you're free to go. Bye.